Anybody got a key?
No.
You got Adam?
I mean, if you want to find out what's going on.
Just in here.
Sunshine, right?
We don't know what's going to happen. Well, I mean, it's because it's
So basically, I read up on it. Should have been done. There's no homeowners. The CC
Giving everything away.
typically lasts 30 years.
I'll just call it to order and then we can record whatever you want.
Later.
It'll be my second board
So we
meeting.
just did 33 years. So it's only 30. It's only 30 years. Well, it's more than 30 years because Summit Court was in 1985.
The transition.
Yeah, so,
Yeah, I suppose. I was
wait till
thinking
6 officially, because that's when we have it. But then
they
they
didn't
call
turn
it
the government over until the neighborhood was finished.
I've got copies of the minutes in there, so the only housekeeping item we have is the approval of the minutes, which is just a vote. And then, you want to turn it over to me?
Because I can't bring it all
All I know is I have my
to
original
motion. I
copy.
can't motion anything.
And then I'll bring the two items up, board votes. If anybody has any questions, I got it. If anybody has any questions, they're welcome to start it and print it out. Why why the preservation needs to be done.
Sounds like it was.
Yeah. But
So Lois, when we get done, if you want to get the numbers, I'll give them to you.
We did this once before when we were with Heritage Road, Cameron, and I chased him out. He was saying they could sell
this one should go pretty.
Hey, can y'all just unplug the gate so people can just push it open?
Done the house.
I know how to do it. Open the full house thing too.
Yeah, but like when I came in, it like slipped out because it's plastic and there was nothing in it, so it just went. And before I could grab it, it snorted out the other side.
It's not open, it's not a homeowners meeting, it's a board.
This is a board meeting. This is a special board meeting, not a
It's not
members
open
meeting.
to,
It's open to them, but it's not. There's only two things on the agenda. You don't have to hear new business at a special meeting.
I'll give you a home.
There's no proxies.
Side by side.
the side by
The
side.
side by side. What is this crap out of the driveway?
Oh, I know, and now he's parking a big old Constantine truck there. Yeah. Like a, with a big.
It's like a full year.
All right, the board, calling the meeting to motion.
Second.
I know, I couldn't get that out. I'm motioning to opening the meeting at 6 o'clock. The first item of business is to approve the minutes from the last meeting. The last meeting.
April 22nd.
We're approving the minutes from the last meeting. And that the board goes over the minutes.
Nope, only if it's consent, so
Yeah.
unless there was an amendment.
Yeah, there wasn't an amendment. So anybody want to approve it? I can't make a motion, y'all, on the presentation.
Oh, you can for minutes.
Can I?
Yeah,
Okay.
it's a consent agenda item.
So we approve the minutes? Motion to
Aye.
approve the minutes? Okay.
Seconded by you, man?
And you seconding it? Okay, hello. Alrighty, and then next on the agenda is
So we just approved the
the
minutes from last
week.
meeting.
There's
There's no
last week.
revisions, nothing changed.
You want to turn it over to me? I'll give them a brief overview.
Yeah,
Done.
that'd be great.
Yeah, okay. I'm turning it over to Dawn so she can explain what is going on.
All right, so today is not a membership meeting, it's a board of directors meeting. So all we're dealing with today is, for the last meeting, we hired Becker and Poliakoff as our legal counsel to review all of our stuff. And we had it in the budget for reviewing the covenants and restrictions, all of the documents, all of that. So, special meeting, there's not gonna be any new business today. There are 2 items on the agenda. This is not a membership vote, this is a board vote, but members are always invited to hear what's going on. We want you guys to be aware of what is happening at the meeting. So the first thing we're going to vote on is to officially hire Becker and Poliakoff. So the first motion is approval to engage legal counsel for the CCNR covenants and restrictions revitalization, which will be, I think everybody was emailed, $3,500, and that includes everything all the way to, it has to go to the state Department of Business and Professional Regulation for their approval to move that forward. The second item that we're going to vote on as a board is the appointment of a reorganization committee. That doesn't have anything to do with amending any of these items. These are the people that are going to be the boots on the ground, and they are going to take care of making sure with the revitalization, a letter will go out to all of the members about the covenants and restrictions, the recording of documents and all of that. And then we have to record all of the responses. We have up to 90 days to get the 2/3 percentage of the community, make sure that everybody's been heard from, all of that. So these will be the people that are making sure that the envelopes get stuffed, that the emails get sent, that the responses are recorded, and that the whole packet gets back to the attorney so that they can record with the state. So this isn't about amending documents or anything else. These are the current documents that we have. Every 30 years, they have to be renewed with the state. Any questions on any of that? Sure.
Why are we renewing like now? Are they expired?
Yes, they're at the expiration.
So
They expired, what, 2 years ago?
So there have been some changes in the law. Yes, they did. We, the existing board at the time refiled the covenants and restrictions. It doesn't meet the minimum requirement for the MRTA, which is the actual act of revitalizing it. At the time, there was no budget for legal counsel, so short of
And
having
also,
an attorney.
you have to bring enough people together to actually vote on it, correct?
Yes. So, but that could be done by proxy or at a membership meeting, or without that, we lose the pool and the RV lot completely. Done.
how you lose it if you expire?
Yes and no. So we have been acting in that behalf. We still have funds. There's a process for dissolving an association, which this land would be sold off. It's gone.
That's fine, I already read about all that, but I'm not worried about you pulling off, I'm just trying to figure out that part of it. So, when you send out the proxies to everybody, why don't you just call a special meeting and have everybody come to vote on it like that? Like tell them
It's
what's
not
up.
everybody that owns
That's
the
a really big deal.
Most of the people don't live here.
I gotta work.
A lot of people don't live here.
See what happens.
Actually, statistically, they haven't. Statistically, we get twice as many proxies as people that actually. They're always in increasing.
Well, it's like even houses in the States, they don't necessarily live here. They can live over a Rocky Mountain. It's
Which
easy
is
for them
great,
to
then
work
you wanna
out.
reach out and ask them to attend the meetings, but they haven't been attending, so they've been sending proxies.
That's because
Which
there
is their-
hasn't been
which
any
is their
positive
right.
progress all these years. It's not the homeowners' fault. It's something like that. You come here, nothing gets done, so we need to do something about that. But my next thing is this, before you try to re-amend all these, this is gonna go off the way for you. It's 20 years and 10 years from September 1987 is how it works. Right? So what I'm saying though is, if you reestablish all these rules, then what happens when you walk around that neighborhood and like say Russ's yard here ain't perfect like it's supposed to be in the amendment, you know, or not in the amendments, but in the
Well, that's why we hired an
restriction.
attorney, because the attorney is going to address all that.
Well, that's what I'm trying to say though. So it's like, so you're just gonna hire a bulldog to run around on everybody instead of like,
No,
so
not
the
at all.
association's allowed to be out of control, but nobody else is, right? You've expired
has nothing
everything.
to do with any
You
of
didn't
that.
have a quorum in 22 and 23.
Okay.
You're not even supposed to be doing business actually.
All right.
So I don't know what we're doing here.
Well, we're trying to reinitiate business, and
This
it's real,
came-
and it's,
this
and that's what
came
this is
specifically
about.
They don't
from
even
the attorney.
exist. Mary Ann's not even the president anymore. It's gone. You didn't do the 22 and 23. And you expired the covenants. I mean, what are we doing?
Trying
If
to
we have
re-amend
Senate
the
right now,
CCR
you guys
so we
2
have a
minutes to
neighborhood.
speak.
Who
If we
made that
allow you
roll
to
up?
speak. That's
Okay, no,
actually in
you don't get
Robert's
to tell me
rules.
when I can speak or not speak. You don't lost your mind. You don't lost your mind.
It's
You're
not
just
a
a volunteer
membership meeting.
treasurer.
It's not
I
a
don't care if
membership
it is. I have a
Could
right
we
to
speak
This
with
is my
a,
property.
excuse me,
But this is my property.
I would like to speak,
Go
and
ahead,
that is
please.
that we're gonna address each other with respect and courtesy,
We
and
tried that.
I feel like this has become a one-on-one conversation, and I don't appreciate it.
So
I'm
you
Lynn
haven't been here
Schneider.
with, dealing with them as long as I have, since 2017.
Okay,
Okay, we're
I
done.
You know,
understand
that's not
respect.
on
All
tonight.
right,
That's
if
not what
you
it's
guys
about.
can't
though.
hear the meeting,
I
it's
mean-
because of this gentleman over here. We're going to
You have-
continue our meeting.
Go
If you
ahead,
would like
go
to
ahead,
speak
go
over
ahead,
us,
go
that's
ahead. All
fine.
I'm doing is speaking my right, in my opinion. on
Okay,
things.
so
You
our
didn't read a
first
vote for 2 years in a
agenda
row.
item is approval to engage legal counsel for CCNR revitalization. The motion is to approve Becker and Poliakoff to initiate revitalization of Blue Pine Village, declaration of covenants, conditions, and restrictions. The cost is $3,500, which was already allocated in the 2025 budget. The members of the board who want to move forward with that say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? The motion carries.
Excuse me. You asked if there were any questions. We only got to this guy. So how would that affect us once this thing, if it's put into effect? How does it affect the residents? Are we going to be paying more? Are we going to be dealing with more problems?
No.
What's going on?
No, it's just a legal revitalization to make sure that everything doesn't dissolve and the land gets sold off and the RV lot gets sold off, and so you have to revitalize it with the state. It's a state law.
Ma'am, respectfully,
Bringing things on me up and up.
The easiest way to say it is,
I have done
it's
some
allowing
research,
2/3 of the
and,
homeowners
you know,
to decide what they
we
want to do
can
to
have some good
revitalize these and
things
keep
come
the
from
places.
this.
Oh, absolutely.
So it really is a community vote.
One of them,
And you're right,
for me,
technically,
would be
we don't have anything,
to
but
be
we're
able
trying
to
to create the
utilize
process
my
to get 2/3 of
backyard,
everybody.
you know,
involved.
in a better,
That's
according to
Yeah.
HB 437.
Okay.
It's a Florida.
Well, let's vote in a
It's
new
been
board at a general
revised
meeting.
about-
Are you
but
talking
that's
about
not what this
changing the
meeting's
covenants
about.
and restrictions? We can't
I
even
mean, you
get
can
to there
vote in
because
or-
we have to
Okay.
form
Can we
an
have one
organization
meeting?
first.
Can we at
Right.
least just have one meeting?
Yeah.
I respectfully, but this gentleman was asking a question, then you began asking a question, and I can't, and then you're providing answers. I just wanna hear what people have to say.
Mhm.
So did you get your question answered,
I
sir?
did. I've only lived here for 2 years. I have never even been in the pool, but I know I just paid $165 or whatever to have it resurfaced, and now I'm finding out that maybe if this doesn't get through, that this isn't the pool anymore. So do I get my $165 back? What's going on? I'm just trying out.
Well, yeah, and the attorney would advise on that. If we can't keep the association active, any of the land that would get sold, it's a members association. So if the land were to get sold, those proceeds would be split amongst the members. Any funds that were left over would be split amongst the owners of the properties.
Did
So.
you get your question answered, sir?
It's okay.
I think his is more to do with the actual covenants and restrictions and not what we're meeting about today.
You know, I'm not too worried about the existence of the board. I know that it has good things and
Yeah.
it manages all of us here. And you know, the one entrance keeps us safe. You know, we've all been worried about safety these days with all the craziness. Luckily, we live in Niceville. I mean, if we were somewhere else, there'd be something else. But yeah, as I was reading the changes that came down through the Florida legislation, we may be entitled to some good stuff here.
Yeah.
And if we work together on this, we could all benefit from it. Okay?
Yeah.
I understand the importance of the homeowners association. You know, the beauty of the landscape and all that. I am a little worried about, you know, we may have some people that are looking at others differently and to impose fines and such like that. But I mean, like I said in my email, and that's why I came here, you know, I love my neighbor, always have. So if we all go on that way, this can be a nice little village.
It always has been.
There you go. So as long as we keep it that way, then I'm all for it.
Yeah. This is just about renewing the business side of the association. Keeping it's like having a corporation. You have to have an annual meeting. You have to have some things that happen. This is about keeping the business of the association alive. That's all this meeting is.
And I'm all for that. And,
Yeah.
and I'm sorry I'm taking up a lot of time.
No.
Don't ever
That's what we're all here
Just
for.
one more
I have a
one more
question,
point.
too.
One more point.
Yeah, I had, am I allowed to speak? I had
Yeah,
a
go
question.
ahead.
Okay. I'm not familiar with the covenants, because when I first moved here in 2010, 15 years, I can't believe it's gone that long. I was looking at the old covenants. So when I read the email, even though I'm not a board member, what I wanted to ask is, are you updating the covenant itself?
Not at this point. We're
Okay.
just keeping the HOA business intact
Okay.
and keeping the covenants alive. That's all we're
That's
doing.
all
That's
it is.
this whole meeting is just about keeping the business intact and keeping the covenants alive. Now, we have talked to the attorney
She's talking.
about reviewing those covenants and restrictions and amending them, but that would possibly be next year. The first thing you have to do is make sure that you have an active, alive organization, and then from there we can grow.
So for example, say like I'm working on my yard, I'm trying to update a lot of things on my yard, so like say if I wanted to build a shed, I still have to go through you to get approval and stuff like that.
We are working on some architectural guidelines. You know, yeah, what you do in your backyard, as long as it's not a monstrosity, super over the fence type of thing.
Yeah.
You know, the law protects you pretty much for what you do in your rear yard.
Because I'm really worried. When my foot gets better, and like I'm going through physical therapy, but yeah, that's why I had to.
Now that the weather's cooled down a little bit.
It's that thing's getting old, but that's all I needed to know. Thank you very much, ma'am.
Absolutely.
There's another question.
Yes.
I would like to speak to a point of order here. We're having a problem following Robert's rules here. For one thing, people are talking over each other. There are side conversations going on. The first thing that we have to do is identify the chair. And I believe that's you, right? Okay, so you're in charge. You need to shut down people when they're talking out of turn.
Well, that tried the last time and it did not work.
Okay, maybe
So-
you're an enforcer.
Oh, no, it was, no.
All right, according to Robert's rules, though, the proper procedures for a vote is to get a suggestion from the floor, then you get a second, and before you vote on that, there has to be discussion.
Right, but this is only a board meeting.
I
This is not a
understand, but
membership
each one of
meeting.
the board members have an opportunity to discuss.
All 5 of us,
Right.
yes.
Okay. So if there is no discussion, what I'm saying is that the procedure needs to be in the record. Whoever's taking minutes should say it was discussed, seeing none, then you call for the vote, all in favor, all opposed, et cetera, et cetera.
We just wanted to make sure that the membership, since they chose to show up, understand what it is that because these are some technical terms that have some very specific legal consequences.
In case
So we-
people don't know, Wendy and I, we've been owners since 2001. We don't live here anymore. We own 107 Midland, and we've been renting it out since 2005, something like that. So, and we're happy to attend the meetings when we find out about them, which doesn't always happen, but we heard about this one, so here we are.
There we go. The
And
email.
Mary Ann knows me very well because I don't hesitate to call her when I get.
That is, yeah, and I answer and try and help.
You do, very
But
much so.
the emails are helping, because everybody that signed up for emails are getting, they're
That's how we
aware.
found out about the meeting tonight. Anyway, I relinquish my time. Thank you.
Thank you.
I had a question about, so the covenants dissolved about 2 years ago, and then were letters sent out to everybody to let them know that our HOA is kaput?
Well, I didn't know.
We had
this.
no idea until we hired Becker and Poliakoff. We found out about 2 weeks ago. We got advice from legal counsel, and he said to call this meeting.
What about all of the money that was taken in during those 2 years where the HOA technically, legally did not exist anymore? What is,
That would be a great question for the attorney. I don't have a law
One or two of our
degree.
members gonna turn around and sue our HOA and wipe us out again?
Anybody can sue anybody in the U.S.
I know, but that's.
Do you have a specific comment about either of the two motions that we're discussing tonight?
No, I just had that one question.
I
I
have
was
a
curious.
comment about his, what you just said to help. So I have a letter in here with notarized by a lawyer in 2017 where we explained to Mary Ann that the covenants had expired. So she's known about it since 2017.
We did.
Actually, they weren't expired in 2017.
No, that if you go back and you look, the letter in there was talking about that the covenants were about to expire. It did after that, like a year or two after that. But they knew that it was coming because we just did it too early, but they knew it was coming. So it's not that they didn't know it, and I'm not gonna yell at them on power and all that.
Well,
crap.
2018
What I do
we
wanna
did
say
what
is
we were
we're all
told to
adults
do.
here. We all have a job to do, and my thing is this: is if you're gonna put my feet to the fire, you need to have.
Nobody's
yours in the
putting
same
anybody's
place.
feet to the fire.
They are mine.
This
I've got-
meeting right now.
I've got hundreds of
Okay.
dollars right here that you
Okay.
find me. That's my feet in the fire, okay?
Okay, and that's all in the
That's where my
past.
anger's at. No, it's not. It's right here in my head right
Well,
now. It'll be
your head's in the
soon enough,
past.
okay?
We are starting, we're talking about two items today. So if you would like to speak
Very
to
big things.
either hiring Becker and Poliakoff or appointment to the reorganization committee, you can speak to either of those items.
Okay,
How much
so
is it gonna cost, the lawyers?
It's 35.
$3,500.
A year?
No,
one time.
it's
I think it's
$300 a
already
year.
been paid.
$300 a year.
The $3,500 is already approved in the budget.
Okay, and they just,
We already have the money.
they just basically manage it for the $300 a year.
The $300 a year is the retainer for legal advice
Okay.
to manage our membership meetings and so forth. But we had already approved
Well,
the legal budget.
understandable,
Yeah.
But when you said law firm, I thought
Yep.
that their services are gonna be more than $3,500.
Nope,
probably.
that's their actual fee. So this meeting came from direct legal advice from a very specific company that all this J. Roberts does is homeowners associations. So this is, Adam, if
I
it's,
got one last question. I'm gonna leave you
is it
alone with
about
that,
the
all right? I know you
hiring
don't
Becker
like
and
me talking.
Poliakoff
Yes, it is.
or
It's exactly
reorganization?
like it. It's just what you just said. I only have one question, and you're gonna hear from me tomorrow, all right?
Okay.
Here's my question. Once you power the system back up, okay, and everything's running again, okay?
Okay, that's past this
Take-
meeting.
okay,
So
but take
is this
Lewis,
about,
for
is
instance,
this
he
about
has a metal
voting for
roof.
Becker and
And the
Poliakoff or the
amendments- and the
reorganization?
amendments that
Okay,
shows
we're not
no
doing
metal roof.
amendments right now.
So if you don't do the amendments,
Okay,
then
so
you're gonna
your
have to
time
fine
is up.
him. That's what I'm
Thank
trying to tell you.
you.
You gotta do them at the same time.
No, you do not. The lawyer very specifically said, do not do
So
that.
you're gonna fine Lewis?
So the lawyer said very specifically not to do that.
No, she's gonna wait a year before they redo the amendments. I don't understand.
Yes, ma'am.
that.
The choice of Becker and Poliakoff is absolutely great. I've been in the real estate business for 40 years. They are a real estate firm.
Yes.
They know what they're doing, and they're also reasonable.
Very reasonable.
Great input.
Thank you.
She's familiar with them. Yeah, no, Becker is a great kudos.
This is all J. Roberts does. Everything that we're talking about today is specifically legal advice given to the board by the attorney. So we can't turn around and he's the attorney at Becker and Poliakoff.
If you could bring him that question though, where he could modify the amendment.
We asked about that. He said absolutely not.
Like he said.
He says that's a $10,000 amendment to redo the covenants and restrictions. So that's not something that we're doing right now.
Because like Adam said, Lewis has a metal roof on his house, and when I get ready to redo my roof, and I think I have probably 2 or 3 years left, thank no storms, I plan on putting a metal roof on my house.
I appreciate that. That has nothing to do with covenants and restrictions. That's architectural committee, and it has nothing to do with the two items that we're discussing today.
I thought you could ask them that. That was kind of linked to my question about changing things, so we weren't penalized for doing something.
Right. So moving forward, we're not going to have just random penalization. We're going to be creating documents
past
like
5 years.
architectural committee documents that will have guidelines that everybody can look at and read like a normal person. So.
The HOA laws did change though, didn't they? Where
Yes.
there's a whole bunch of new ones.
Yep.
And they're gonna advise us on all that new stuff?
Absolutely.
When is that?
All right, so,
Ask them.
The board appoints them.
The question was, who's on the architectural committee?
that would be me. That'd be
Yes.
Marilyn.
So far, it's just Marilyn.
I usually am just the person, like, we needed a new lawn service, so I would interview several of them and then
Pass
provide
it
all
to the board.
information to the
To
board.
take care of like the front entrance and
Yes,
stuff,
on all of the areas around here.
the public areas.
The pool,
Are
everything.
y'all gonna put the book thing back up, or is that done?
I don't know, that's
died.
actually that's a separate thing, guys. We need somebody to help us build a new one.
I've been putting books in it. I think it's my fault for putting all the books in.
The heavy ones?
I have the heavy ones. and I'm
Okay,
happy
we
go
need to
back.
get the meeting back to order, please. And we're going over the next agenda.
Part of the problem there, all the other books were
Point
deleted.
2, appointment of the reorganization committee. We need 3 members. The committee will manage document circulation, owner response tracking, and general compliance with the attorney's revitalization timeline. Responsibilities include sending attorney-prepared documents to all the owners, tracking return consent for objections, coordinating outreach to non-responding owners, and ensuring the deadlines are met within the minimum or within the maximum of 90 days. You put minimum, but it's actually maximum. Friendly amendment.
When they renew everything, is everybody gonna have to come together and vote for a president and treasurer and all that all over again?
Yep,
Okay.
thank God.
We need a second.
I'll second.
Thank you.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
Okay.
Madam President, I'm passing the meeting back to you.
And we're done. We're done.
Meeting is adjourned. Meeting is adjourned. Thank you, everybody, for coming, and we'll get with, who's interested in the 3 people.
Is it a good time to ask anybody if they want to be on?
Anybody that wants to. Yeah.
When is the next? When is the next meeting?
So the attorney, once I get back with him, he was waiting for us to have this meeting, and once I send him, he's already sent me the information, and then he'll send us our package for our general membership meeting, which is where we vote, and he'll create all the ballots and all of that, the proxies, the whole 9
Are they
yards.
going to get mailed out? Or?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so what we'll do is we'll mail the agenda out with all of the people. So typically, one of the passwords for anybody that wants to participate.
Architect.
Well, we still are gonna
And then he's asking for legal advice, and I can't give him legal advice because I'm not an attorney. He can ask any attorney he wants to. But our attorney gave us very specific legal advice that we paid him for, and his thing was we need to come together as a board, the existing board, whatever that looks like at the moment, the people that are acting in that capacity, and do these 2 items. And from there, he's going to prepare all of the documentations to go out to all of the owners. But he did say, you don't want to change anything, because then you start getting into, well, but I wanted to have a blue roof, and this one says you can't have a blue roof, and then you have 189 different people fighting about the specific covenants, when you've already got one document that everybody's pretty much already agreed on.
Yeah, but the problem is we have guys that widen their driveway. We have guys that throw on a metal roof. We have guys that rebuild their whole house into a really cute bohemian style like cottage that I love to death, and I wish I would have done it in my house. So my question is
should be so.
as long as it's nice and it kind of fits in, why not let it go?
We want to protect our property values without encroaching on anybody's right of expression in their own property.
Yeah, but I mean, that house up there, technically they should be getting fined every day. But is it a problem? No. It's tasteful, it's beautiful, it's cute, and everybody loves it. Everybody wants to do it. But they're scared. Am I going to fall under Mary Ann because she hates me because I think she's a terrible person? But it just goes, and it becomes a personal thing. Adam has dealt with it for years, and I promise you it's not unfounded. I've dealt with it for years.
But
I've lived here
he
since
is going to
91.
recreate that with us new members if he keeps coming at us the way he is.
Well,
And then it's going to be, it's a self-fulfilling prophecy. If you come at me angry every time, then I
He's been burned so hard, though, over the years, repeatedly, over and over and over again. And all those same people are still sitting at the top that burned it. It's not because of you. It's because of who's at the top.
Yep.
And if it takes somebody volunteering for the position, from what I've seen, she could do it.
I mean, and that's, hey, we want more participation. Do you know why the same people are in the position? Nobody stepped up. I've seen him, I've been here 15 years. The first meeting I came to, I went, oh, y'all need some help.
Well,
Y'all don't understand money. Like, let me.
I think the first meeting I went to with Mary Ann a couple of years ago, they were like, well, you don't own a house, blah, 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 blah. I was like, my mom has owned that house since 91. I've lived in it. My mom signed it off to me and put my name on it. So my mom and I are on it. So in case something happens to me, it just goes to her. In case something happens to her, it goes to me. So we're co-owners on the property, but that's the kind of response I got. So, you know, I'm a property owner, just like Adam is.
We want everybody to get along a little bit better, but like, my thing with Adam is he keeps bringing up the same things. I'm like, this meeting isn't even about that. There's two very specific tasks we have. So fines aren't on that very specific task. There's going to be a time and a place.
He wants questions answered, and he's not getting them, and he's been run over by them so many times.
But he has. He actually wrote a formal letter, and I wrote a 5-page response to him. Per the attorney, answering every single one of his.
And it's funny.
If you don't like what you're hearing, you're going to keep saying you didn't hear it.
Yeah, but Mary Ann and Lewis were planning on putting up all kinds of fencing along the what is that? The retention pond we have over there, which is right across from my house. And they had some landscaping guy to come out and start poking around and measuring and everything else, and I walked up to her and I said, Marianne, this is county property. We can't touch this property. The county owns it. It's a water retention pond. And she's like, oh no, I'm gonna have this put up here so nobody can park here. It's county property. You can't stop anybody from parking on it. If we owned it, is like the entrance on Blue Pine, yes, you can keep somebody from parking on it, but it's county property. You need to call the sheriff and have them towed, technically. So, yeah, and that's what Adam keeps getting fined for, is parking on county property.
Well, parking on the road, parking his yard.
Well, yeah.
Commercial vehicles. The other day I went over there to hand deliver the letter, and 5 vehicles, not one of them was parked in the driveway. They were parked everywhere but the driveway. He's doing it on purpose. It's neither here nor there. I don't care about any old feuds. I just want everybody to pay and mow their grass.
He wanted to rent them rent a spot in there to park his ice cream trucks or his project vehicles. They told him no.
No, they did not.
Marianne told him no.
Absolutely not. We've already
discussed it. And then they said $75 a month?
Well, thank you. Thanks for coming.
No. It's.
I thought it was
I think we just increased it to, I think it's $70 a month.
I thought it was $35 a quarter, and then it went up to $70 a month. Or I heard $75 a month from $35 a quarter.
Yeah, no, it's whatever the going. I don't.
Okay, because I don't know what heads nor tails of it anymore. Nothing's updated, even from what they say to what's on the website. Nothing makes sense. Yeah.
We're working on it.
My question is, I've only been here for 2 years. Fine. Yeah, I've never been involved in the just 2 years. You know, fees have gone up. We had to pay for the resurfacing. So is there going to be more, once all the attorneys involved and we're moving forward, are there going to be more fees increases?
Shouldn't have to be. So I wrote the budget this year, which the HOA fees had been $70 a quarter for 15 years. Yeah. There's no way you can, and everybody's like, where did the money go? I'm like, do you realize it's $280 a year with 2 pools? The chemicals alone cost more than that. Our bank balances have dwindled down. Because,
yeah, we were $11,000 in the negative at one time.
Yeah, because we were paying $1,000 a month for landscapers. We were paying to the point where they had to get rid of the pool people, and for all of Marianne's supposed faults, she's taking care of the pool. She's out here, her and Susan are out here cleaning the pool. I don't see anybody else coming out here cleaning the pool to save us money. Yeah. Because they didn't want to raise the rates, and I went, "Oh yeah, we're not doing this. We got to."
Are we going to do the audit that's required also?
There is no audit required.
I thought there was an audit that's required every 2 or 5 years or 2 to 5 years, something
Nope.
like that?
Absolutely not required.
Okay.
So
Are
this
we
is
going to do one anyway?
No, there's no reason to do one when your bank balance is $25,000.
Yeah, but there is a reason to do a past audit.
Would you
of
like
the
to pay
past 5 years.
$8,000?
I have a CPA that may do it.
They cost about $8,000 to do
I
a
have
forensic audit.
I have a CPA that may
I
do
went
it.
through. That's fine.
The problem
There's
is
no-
we're going to find check after check after check after check to Lewis, to Lewis, to Lewis, to Lewis, to Lewis for crazy amounts of money for the last 5 years.
That's actually 1099. I know exactly how much that is. You guys are welcome
we
to look
get-
at the financials. We've
Yeah.
got the balance sheets. We've got the P&Ls for every year. They're not top secret.
Yeah. Oh.
So if the legal is approved and all that stuff, does that mean that everything's grandfathered in, or we're going back to the restrictions, or we're going to have new restrictions?
So these restrictions will the goal is to get everything back up to legal with the current restrictions that everybody's
Pardon me.
aware of, comfortable with, familiar with, what we bought into when we bought here. The things that passed in legislation
Oh, yeah,
are
they're-
already part of it. So like, I don't remember who said, I think it was you talking about the new bills that came into
Yeah.
effect. Those are automatically, like, your covenants and restrictions, since they're only redone every 30 years, the law makes a process where those are automatically annulled without annulling the whole covenant and restriction.
I actually read a lot of the new laws. It's funny because they have to send out a letter if your grass is too tall, and they send you they have to send you a letter. And then give you like 30 days, I think, to
14.
fix it. 14 days, and then they can fine you if you don't fix it within those 2 weeks.
No. You have to, after
I
14
read it.
days, yeah,
Yeah.
right. After 14 days, you have a hearing.
After 14 days, you have a hearing, and then they can fine you after the hearing.
Yeah.
Okay.
14 days. I have to give you 14 days notice.
Yeah.
I have to say, okay, you're going to have, on day 15, you're going to have a hearing. We're going to discuss your lawn
That's not
maintenance.
what I read.
It's in the law.
It says basically
Go back
you
and read
send
it.
out a letter.
Nope.
Because I specifically paid attention to the fines and fees part,
Yep.
and it basically says that they have to give you a certain amount of time, then they can fine you. It doesn't say they can fine you from the point. They have to give you time to fix the issue. If you fix the issue, then it's a moot point.
Well, I just knew that my house, I think, was built in '83, and it was not taken great care of.
83.
Yeah. So now I'm I didn't know. I'm pretty sure it said 83. I'll go back and look.
I've lived here since 91, and the oldest one is 89.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'll go back and look.
Yeah.
But it's an
89
older
is-
house.
yeah.
It needs improvements.
Yeah, they are. All of them. Yeah.
So I didn't know, like, if I start doing improvements, what would that be, or would you come retroactively at me?
Yeah, we originally bought our house here in 1990 for $84,000.
Maybe it's, so you said how old did you say it was? What 80?
89. I think 89 is the oldest house in here. Yeah. And
It might have been 93 then.
okay. Yeah, because 90.
I'm on the main drag right off.
Ours was built in 90. So, and there were still construction going on. We didn't actually move from Alaska down here until 91, but we had already bought the house.
Okay.
So my mom was finishing out her contract in Alaska. She was director of MWR, which is for the Navy is like all their recreation services, bowling alleys, a baseball field, whatever they have. That she managed all of that. So her contract was up, and then we came down in 91, and I was, I think I was 14, 15. I was 15 or 16 when we moved down here. Yeah. But it's always been a great little neighborhood.
Yeah, I love walking my dog at night. It's like a ghost town.
Oh yeah, but and everybody walks their dogs at different times. I literally, you can, if you have a Ring camera on the front of your house, which everyone should have one of those. But and that's just for the simple reason it's a huge deterrence for idiots to do stuff in our neighborhood. But at 3 in the morning, I'll see a lady walking her dog, not a care in the world, safe as can be. Yeah. If I heard her screaming, I'd come running. So, and I'm sure many people in the neighborhood.
It feels like really safe.
Yeah, a lot of ex-military in here, ex-civil service guys, engineer, one of the most brilliant men you'll ever meet, stubborn and goofy, but brilliant. Not when it comes to the HOA. I love him to death. He's a wonderful human being. The HOA is just terrible.
Yeah, it's like Facebook trolls.
Yeah, he's so nice that he volunteered for it, even though he's not really up for it. But anyway, yeah, if you ever get a chance, talk to him. Really interesting guy, Matt Bridge. Yep.